This is Gaylord Oklahoma Memorial in Norman. We will find out a whole lot more about these teams as Week 1 showdown here on EA Sports College Football. It's the UTEP Miners and the Oklahoma Sooners. Reese Davis, David Powell, Jesse Palmer with you. Holly Rose down on the sidelines. We check in with her now.
Here at the Palace on the Prairie, you know this is one of the most iconic stadiums in all of college football. Gaylord family Oklahoma Memorial Stadium gets rocking for the Sooners. They have got so many loyal fans. You know they bleed crimson and cream here. They are excited after a 10-win season last year, and these fans can't wait to get it started again. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. Looking forward to see how this one goes. On the move from inside his 5. He gets across the 20 and out to the 21-yard line before he stopped right there. The Sooners offense makes its way onto the field to open this game. And there he is, this senior wide receiver. This is the guy the entire passing game is built around. He is a big play waiting to happen.
And there was times during the week when we were texting. We have a group text for these games every single week. And we talk about different guys. And this receiver, we were like, is the tape in fast motion? Like, this dude is flying out wide. Like, this is a guy that legit has that take the top off the defense speed, elite speed. Palmer, this is a guy that defenses, and talking to the coaches, they are extremely worried about.
Yeah, the D coordinator in this game told us he just hasn't slept much this week, knowing how fast this guy is and just how he can score any given play. And they've got to do a really good job in this one communicating, understanding where he is, but making sure there is at least one safety playing deep, because you know this guy is going to get his opportunities deep down the field.
Makes the catch and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. Coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop and they'll mark it at the 39. So the UTEP Miners offense coming onto the field, and we'll get our first look at them in this one. And they'll be met by this defensive front, which can wreak havoc. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions.
Well, this is one of the best quarterbacks in the country, but David, he better have a clout going off in his head in this one, because this is one of the elite pass rushes in the entire nation as well. Their D-line is absolutely stocked and loaded with athleticism, with guys with bad intentions, and they built this D-line specifically for games like this.
Yeah, so he better be on time, right? Like, that ball needs to be able to come out. You just got to be careful. You don't get away with some of those liberties of holding on to the football, extending plays, because those dudes are in relentless pass rush mode, chasing after you. This will be a great chess match.
Back to throw, it's Colson. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. They'll run play action. Open on the left side, it's Smith. How about those sweet twinkle toes-like moves as he gets to the 38? They'll try to bully their way for the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. And the Miners want to move quickly.
Well, you got to be able to turn the page quickly on defense. Just gave up a first down on the ground, but here comes tempo. You've got to get lined up.
They'll pull him down after a pickup of 5 down to the 23. Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4.
I like this idea by the offense going hurry up here. You just had a very nice run. Let's get back up to the line of scrimmage and go fast.
Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
Out of the shotgun on 3rd down. Finds his tight end. That'll be enough for the first down, and now they've got it at the 15-yard line. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. From the red zone, looking for a receiver. He's got him. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal. The Miners come to the line with a fresh set of downs thanks to that last connection in the passing game. Off-play action on first down. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. Can the defense stop them again on second and goal? Got his man. And they swarm him under. After the completion, we see there is a man down, and the clock will stop to check on him. Man, the last thing you want after controlling the ball, moving it down the field, is to have to settle for a field goal attempt. It's third and goal. He'll be stopped short. It'll be fourth down, and let's see what the decision is here. No signs of any kind of kickers. They'll leave the offense out there to try to move those chains. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, UTEP. They strike first, and that opening drive of the season could not have gone better.
And I love the aggressiveness early. Love that they went for it on fourth down. They punch it in. They get the 7. And here's the thing, Palmer. I love the aggressiveness. When you start to get in those goal-to-goal situations, the defense now, even if they get a stop, they got to go the whole length of the field against my squad. Love people that go for touchdowns instead of field goals down here.
Well, I think the offensive line also helps the head coach make that call, knowing that he can trust these guys to get it done. These guys are battle-tested. A lot of these players have been in big games and played in big moments. So here you are early in this situation. Let's roll the dice. Let's capitalize on this and trust those big fellas to get it done.
The Sooners with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Looking down the middle. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
What a play by the defender that time, because he's matched up one-on-one man coverage against an outstanding wide receiver, and it's the defender who makes the play. Really, really good position. He was up to the challenge. Be interesting to see if this quarterback goes his way again.
He'll have enough for the first down, and they stop him at the 45. And the Sooners come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Motion from the wide receiver. They'll run out of the gun. Here's Xavier Robinson.
I like the decision there in the RPO game too, guys. I know he only got a couple of yards, but that play's going to open up bigger opportunities throwing the football down the field in the RPO game too. So keep handing it off to this guy. Let him see what he can do. And when the defense gives you the look to hold the football and then finally throw it, that's when you take advantage.
And they won't make the connection going for the big play. Time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. To the air, it's Mateer. Makes the grab on the left. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. We've come to the break, and it's UTEP holding the lead as we get a look at the numbers so far. Lots of time left and ready to go back at it here in the second quarter. So first down here as they go back to work. Handoff from the gun. Pickup of 5. It's now second and 5. All right, guys, let's talk a little bit about Oklahoma. Doesn't matter what time of season it is, a top 10 win is a top 10 win, and you know the underdogs would love to make a statement.
No doubt about it. When you've got a very low number beside your name, you're going to get everybody's best shot. And that's what this team is expecting from their opponent today. A lot of eyeballs watching this game, David. A lot of expectations on this team. Now it's time to see if they can deliver.
Yeah, and the all-season was so much more important when you know you're playing a highly ranked team to start the season. Attention to detail higher, excitement higher, a chance to go out and prove something very early in the season.
Now facing some adversity on this drive after the loss of 4 at 2nd and 14. Can't quite make the connection there. Might have led him a little too much. And this offense has gotten off to a good start on third down, but this is a different deal on third and long. He's looking downfield to throw. Got it set up on the outside. Snags it, and there's running room. Picks up enough to give them first and 10 from the 13. The Sooners, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. They get him down, but he was driving his way and gets it down to the 7-yard line. Going to work on second down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. Ready, go! From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it first and goal. The Sooners kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Here's Xavier Robinson. He never had a chance on the draw, tackled almost as soon as he got the ball. After getting knocked back, it's second and goal from the 4. Tries again to get it in. He stopped in his tracks, and at least they didn't lose yardage on this one. This is a big play in this season opener coming up right now. It's third and goal. Dropping back, it's Mateer. Trying to set up the screen. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Oklahoma! Extra point here will tie the game. And they add the extra point to finish the drive. An impressive, long, methodical, meticulous drive ends in points.
They just matriculated the ball down the field, didn't they, Reese? So impressive. Didn't see a lot of explosive plays, but how about the execution? Running and throwing the football. Wow.
Looking to throw on first down. With the catch, it's Jones. Oh, he's got some space. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47. Whatever the fastest tempo they have is, that's what they'll use.
And that's a nice job by the offense, man. I love when offenses can go 5 wide, spread the formation, find the matchup they want. This time, it's the running back turned wide receiver. They get him the football, and he does the rest and gets upfield. But nice job spreading the formation and really making the defense make a decision.
It's first and 10 from the 31. He wants to throw it. Makes the grab. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Nice job by the quarterback there throwing the hitch route against zone coverage. You can't stare at him. If you do that and you allow the flat defender to get underneath it, then that might...
Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. Look at the big fella roll. He's at the 30. They finally make the stop, and not only the huge turnover, but the big return has them set up in business. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. Looking to pass. It's Mateer. Intercepted to stop the threat. He's brought down. A short return, but the defense comes out on top with a pick. This noise is deafening, trying to keep this offense from being able to operate. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Throws to the wideout. That's caught. It's Thomas. Inside the 30, down to the 29. Time is running short here in the first half. Obviously didn't like what he saw in first down, and they used a timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Gonna take a shot. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the first half. Looking left. Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. They bring him down, but that great defensive play might be overturned. Let's see what the call is. And the pass interference penalty is costly, wiping out the turnover. This offense has it with really good field position. That one comes out hot down the right side. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. Just over 20 seconds to play before halftime. They'll have it first and 10. He'll start this drive firing. The throw. Got his man.
Man, you put those slot receivers in there, and here's why you do it. You back them off the football a lot of times, but who's guarding them? A lot of times those are linebackers. Those are safeties. You get those good matchups where you can feature one of your speedsters, and a lot of times good things happen.
He's got his man. Timeout taken by the offense is their second. And they'll still have their pocket for what's left in this first half. Now a timeout call by the Sooners. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. Looking for a man. It's Colson. Pocket breaking down. He's got it at the 30. They've got the defense reeling right now with that big play to the 29. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. He got it. And guys, after the field goal, now they have the lead.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
They finally make the stop. That's going to make those halftime stats look a little bit nicer as we head to the break. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Gentlemen, so much excitement around a brand new season, and we're excited to get you caught up on everything here in Week 1. Let's start with Texas, taking on the Texas State Bobcats. And it's the Longhorns, looking to win their home opener. They haven't had a ton of success with that in recent years, but they've got the lead right now in the first half. And now we take a look at some of the other games going on around the nation on another wild day of college football. Now back to your game in Norman. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. And with that, let's head back to Oklahoma and Memorial Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. And the Sooners will line up to kick off and start the second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Miners offense all set and ready to start the drive. They have the lead to start the third quarter, but I'd imagine ball security was a topic at halftime.
Yeah, and I think you take the lead and you try to stay optimistic with your team, but you also say, guys, if we had taken care of the football, this lead would be even bigger, and we might have already knocked them out already, Coleman.
It's just about eliminating the mistakes at this point. You're right. This thing would be over if they hadn't shot themselves in the foot. So ball security, that is at a premium as this game goes on.
Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
If I'm the offensive coordinator, I'm thinking about shipping this defensive end with running backs. I'm leaving my tight ends in to help this tackle because we cannot block him. He's already got 2 sacks.
Rush is on him. Couldn't find a man and just had to throw it away to avoid a negative play. And the Miners will bring the punt team onto the field. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. Here come the Sooners ready to go on offense. So they get the ball back after the defense forces a punt, and I'm sure they tried to make some adjustments at halftime after a little bit of a rocky first half. Unleashes one. Got his man downfield. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line. The Sooners come to the line after the big connection and going back to work. They'll run it from the gun. 7-yard pickup on that one. Is now 2nd and 3.
Offenses, when they run these RPOs, they just want to be comfortable. The quarterback wants to make the read very easy, very clean. It's your job as a defense to kind of create some confusion, speed up that prop.
Got a little grass. And he's brought down after a nice gain. At the end of that play, there is a Sooner who is slow to get up. The Sooners will snap it on 1st and 10. From the gun, running back gets to give. He almost punched it in for 6. They'll get him down at the 1-yard line. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. Calls his own number. Touchdown Sooners! And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half.
And that's what makes this quarterback so dangerous, fellas. He can hurt you throwing the ball, but man, is he ever dangerous and explosive with his feet. You have got to be able to get this guy on the ground. If you don't, he has got way too much wiggle and speed. You saw it right there.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. UTEP has the ball, the offense ready to go back to work. Another opportunity here. They had to punt it on their last possession, but this time tight game, hoping to get something on the board. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play.
And this offense on 1st down, man, they go backwards. And they built a deficit, and they've been sluggish. And they just need something to get going, to get started, because they kind of looked out of sorts and out of rhythm this whole game.
The Miners are in the hurry-up. Looking to throw, it's Colson. Here's a heat. Heaves it deep. Makes a grab down the middle. That defense got gashed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47.
Man, number one area to be successful on 3rd and long, gotta have good protection up front. Check. Great job by the offensive line, keeping their QB clean. He had time to go through his progression, to find the correct guy, and to convert the 3rd down and long.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long.
And that wasn't a big game, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
They'll keep it on the ground, and they're able to get him down. Sooner Nation bearing down on this offense on this huge 3rd down play. Looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. Right through the wicket. He just flat dropped it on the crosser, and it'll be 4th down. And the Miners will send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And they can't get on top of it to down it, so that ball will come out to the 20. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Wide receiver comes in motion. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Handoff to Xavier. Jumped on top of the pile.
Well, the defense wasn't expecting that. They had a lot of guys back into coverage. That was 2nd and a lot of yards to go, and they got caught off guard.
Maybe some room here. He'll pick up a few on the play, just enough for the 1st down. They'll mark it right at midfield. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. They'll give it to Robinson. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. We reach the quarter break with Oklahoma on top. They're sitting in a strong position here with the lead. Let's take a look at our game summary. Here comes the 4th. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. They had a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup. Let's see what they do here on 3rd and short from the 41. Trying to pick it up on the ground. Now well within striking distance as that 3rd down play gets him a 1st at the 29. 1st down here as we dive into the college football season. A weak run clash that has been worth every minute of it so far. Knocked down after a 3-yard gain to the 25. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. They bring him down, but not before he's is able to pick up the first down. And the Sooners go back to work after moving the chains through the air. They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. This offense not only has a chance to extend the lead on first and goal, but they can also drain. Touchdown, Oklahoma! Excellent pass by the back on the option.
I like the aggressive play calling by the offensive coordinator on that drive as well. There are a lot of coaches that would have played it very conservative, very close to the vest, run the ball, and punt it away, count on your defense. Not this guy. He was going to take some shots, count on his own guys to get it done, and now with that touchdown late, they've got a 2-possession lead.
UTEP has the ball and the Miner offense ready to go to work. Time is running short. They've let this game get away from them a little bit. They must get something done here to have a chance to pull it out late. Breaks into the open. Hits the slide, got the first down with his feet. The Miners come to the line in the hurry-up.
This guy just gives you nightmares. I mean, he's just got so much electricity. He just pulls it down and chews up yards like it's nothing. That's a quarterback. A quarterback doing that to your defense.
He's got an open man. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18. Timeout called here on defense, so they'll have a couple remaining in addition to the 2-minute stoppage to try to maximize time and get the football back. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss. What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Motion from the wideout. Looking to throw, it's Colson. Under fire. He caught it. He thought he might turn that into a score, but the defense able to hustle him down short. They'll stop him at the 3. So they'll use a timeout here. One more remaining, and of course the 2-minute stoppage coming up as well. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Keeping it on the ground on first and goal. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. And they'll spread receivers all over the field, 5 wide on second and goal. The 2-minute timeout arrives, and we have certainly seen miracles in college football, and they will certainly need one here. Can the D deny them on second and goal? Oh, and he thought he might be able to wiggle his way into the end zone, but they knock him down at the 3. On third and goal, they'll throw it. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. Hang on just a second. I think they're going to try to get the touchdown here. Man, this could be a gamble, guys. They could come up empty. He'll set up to throw. And he will go down. Couldn't get rid of it in time, and the defense gets a sack on fourth down. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Grabs the screen around all kinds of defenders. The defense uses a timeout. That's their first. And now what will they come up with on this second down play? The Sooners trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Tackled there by the defense. Trying to save time on defense, they use their second timeout. They'll take a moment to gather their thoughts and put together a plan for this third down play. Boy, could they use a conversion on third and short from their own 24. Wanting to stop the clock on defense, they use their third and final timeout. Gives them a little time to dig deep in the play sheet and figure out what to do on fourth down. The Sooners line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Catches it at the 30. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. Back to throw, it's Colson. Gets rid of it. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Wide receiver going in motion. And back to the air on second down. On the move, he fires. Got a man, it's Jones. And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line.
Man, that's a really fun toy to have. When you can go 5 wide and use your running back, man, and make them have to cover him with a bigger body. A guy that he's faster than, but a guy that can now run routes. And you see these running backs, man, they've developed so well in the route running. Nice route, on the same page with this quarterback. They have a nice connection right there.
Wants to fire on second down. Dances away. He'll pull it down. Across the 25 to the 24-yard line before he stopped. Pick up a 5 and a first down. Snaps it in the shotgun. Taken in by Smith on the right side. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain. After the 4-yard completion on first down, now it's 2nd and 6. Back to pass. Here comes the heat. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. This crowd knows when to bring it. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Got room on the return. He runs out of bounds. Football is secured, and so is the game as the defense comes up large in the clutch. So the offense, more than happy with the result of the play, will decline the penalty. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. Picks up the first down. On the move at the 30. He's got the first down, and that ought to do it. They ought to be able to run out the clock from here. Timeout is called with just a single second left. And here we go. Final play of the game right here. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Robinson. And that is how we will wrap this one up. They get a big win here and start the season on a positive note.
You got to love that as the players. You come out, you have so much anticipation coming into the season, finally getting ready to play in front of a live audience. You're able to come out and execute and get this win under your belt. David, couldn't be a better way to start the year.
And for the losing team, obviously, it's a little bit different. You have something to look at now to analyze where do I need to get a little bit better, but plenty of time still left in the season to improve and turn it around.
This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis saying goodbye, everyone.